Welcome to Mailbag, where I spend my money so you don't have to spend yours. If it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and on the bell icon to get notifications about new videos. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy it. Okay, I think I've officially gone overboard with the RTC modules. These are small RTC modules. I've got loads of them now. CR2032 battery in there, and there's the back. So you've got an RTC and a flash chip on there as well. So that's the S1307. That's the RTC there, and that's a flash. So these aren't as accurate as the other type. There's a crystal on there, and you can see that the crystal legs are almost shortening themselves out. That's something to watch out for, isn't it? It's not soldered down like it's supposed to be. Yeah, I've got loads of these things now. Because I just didn't know what I was going to use, so I just bought a selection of them, and I thought, well, each time I buy some I need to buy enough to potentially cover the usage. Of course, postage times right now are horrendous. I think I've been waiting for these for about 2 months, so it's actually not that bad considering what it has been like. I needed to get 6 to cover all the devices I might need to use it on. Each time I buy a different type I have to buy 6 of them. An RTC module is a real-time clock, in case you don't know what that is. So you can set it with the time using an Arduino or ESP32 or whatever, using a I2C interface, and it just keeps the time, it keeps track of it, and then when you want to read the time you just query it and it tells you what the current time is. But the accuracy varies depending on the quality of the device and the accuracy of the, like ambient temperatures, that sort of stuff. The S1307 are less accurate because they've got external crystal. The other one I've showed, which is the 3231, was it? Those have got internal reference and they're much more accurate. Right, these are a mystery. Okay, these are speakers. These are the speaker modules for an iPhone 6s. So I got these thinking I might need them because my wife tends to blast her speaker out sometimes, and
oh, it's a bit rough.
I bought these for when you break your phone.
Thank you, darling.
One day I'll need one, I'm sure. I think I know what's in here already. It's a book. It looks like it's in good condition, which is great. Metal binding instead of plastic binding, even better. It's the Calibration and Servicing Handbook for the Datron 4700 calibrator, which I recently acquired, which is broken, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. I always want broken stuff. That's what the whole channel is about. What I need to see is if it's got, there's a folder out there, so I just want to see if it's got circuit diagram stuff, and it's got lots of bits here. Having a high quality circuit diagram would be nice. I've got some electronic versions. Yeah, so it's got diagrams in here. It's got sections of it through the manual. There's no filled out diagrams. This is volume 1, does that mean there's a volume 2? It says volume 1 and part 2 technical description. So is there a volume 2 for these, which has all the diagrams in it? Possibly. It does have, you know, descriptions of its sections and some relevant bits on them. So hopefully there's enough information, but I do notice that the electronic manual I've got has got a lot of diagrams in the middle of it. So let's try to see if I can find them. So there's a few folders here, like block diagrams. That could be helpful enough. Circuit description. So there's not like pages and pages of circuit diagrams like on the Datron multimeters. So I'm thinking that probably in the second manual. I do have an electronic copy, but I always like to try and get a physical copy of the manual every time. Always get them if possible. At least I've got one of them at least. That's a start. So these are some SMA connectors. The crimp ring on them as well, and there should be some pins in there. There are some little sort of pins in here. I think they're crimp pins, I'm not sure if there's crimp or solder. I never tried using SMA connectors before. These are really small, so as I've never done these I'm kind of hesitant to try. I've got some antennas on the roof of the motorhome which have got massively long cables on them. Don't need to be that long, and it's going to be introducing losses and potentially allowing interference to escape or enter through the cables. So I'm thinking about shortening those down, but obviously first I need to be able to do the plugs. Probably could risk cutting it off and chucking one on. Hope I don't mess it up. Yeah, maybe I should practice first. I've got a few. I need 4, so I've got spares. Someone commented on one of my previous Mailbag videos I should upgrade this thing to DDR4. They might be onto something. Needs more power. Let's find out what's in this box. Excellent. So this is a power delivery charger. USB power delivery AC charger. I've got no experience with these things. I know basically nothing about them. But I know I need one. So it's got USB-C ports on here, and also USB 2s here, I think they are. But yeah, it does power delivery, negotiation, output high power. So that says, is that PD3? I purchased this using a piece of gear I picked up, which I showed in last week's mailbag. I'm just going to grab it now. We'll try it out. So what I purchased this for was for this thing, this Miniware MHP30 mini hot plate. That's what MHP stands for, mini hot plate. I guess 30 means 30 by 30 square. So let's plug this thing in and see if it works. There's a very dim green light up the top there, which you probably can't really see. Almost imperceivable. That's helpful. Designed to see like this. So this has got a USB-C connector on it, which this is the first USB-C device I've ever owned, believe it or not. Yes, I'm kind of backwards. Let's plug that in. So it's powering up at least. And it says heating. Excellent. How to use this thing. Here we go. 27 degrees, 28 degrees, 29. So yes, excellent. That's working. This is working. Good stuff. Now I think this was about $60 or something like that. I think it was. It wasn't that cheap. It's heavy. It feels pretty substantial. So you can see the colours changing on this thing. I did see comments from STG saying about the colour being a bit weird. I actually thought the heat coming off that is good. It should be red when it's hot. You know, if it's going to burn you, it should be getting red. And right now it's white. It was green before, wasn't it? Blue? Was it blue? To me, red is hot, and anything other than that is not. So if it's, say, more than, say, 60 degrees, I think it should be red to say it's heating. Maybe it should be like red, orange kind of colours, and maybe white for when it's at its maximum temperature. Like now it's gone red, it's above 200. I mean, yeah, sure, but you're still going to burn yourself at 150. But it's nice it's got an indicator on there. Let me get my thermal camera out and see how accurate this thing is. So I've got my thermal camera sitting here. It's interesting, it's got this little flashing symbol saying it's hot. Warn you it's hot. Yeah, okay. That's obviously a setting in here which I probably have to think about turning off. So it's 176 degrees according to this. On top of that hot plate. Quite a difference. That's currently saying 217. So which one's wrong? Directly on top like this I'm getting 176.7. That's quite a big difference. Let me get a physical thermocouple and put that on there just to verify that this is reading correctly. Right, let's see what happens. Let's stick this on here. I was using the new BM786 from Dave. It's saying 196 so far, which is a big difference. So I wonder if I need to check the emissivity setting, can I say emissivity setting on the thermal camera. Because it's saying basically 200 degrees. So that looks like it's about 15 degrees out or so. Right, so I think I'll solve this. I've changed my thermal camera to be on low gain setting instead of high gain setting, which is adjusts its thermal sensitivity range. It sort of shifts up and down, so you can have higher resolution at a lower temperature range. So anyway, now I've got a thermal camera set up with this. I'm now getting 217 or so. I was getting just then. 211. So this is very close to what the multimeter was saying with thermocouple attached to it. Now more down to the top, I'm getting 218, 219, 220, 221, 224 right in the centre, and off to the edge I'm getting 220. So what that says is actually accurate. So that's fine, it's not a due problem. And I learned something about my thermal camera too. I need to be careful about not topping out to 170 degrees C. Nothing this camera can do, I might as well show you this. So it does this overlay, so you can use a standard image, and it doesn't overlay the temperature. Or you can overlay gradually in steps with the thermal image, which is currently, you can see, it's off angle relative to the visual camera because I'm so close to it. I'm too close right now. See if I bring it back out, you can see it's about, I don't know, 15 millimeters, 20 millimeters low at this distance. Yeah, the overlay's quite nice because you can just look at what you're doing and see what the temperature is without seeing the hotspots. So actually, I was a bit wrong about the USB-C thing. This thermal camera has got a USB-C port on it for charging it. Maybe I can charge it faster now. So this has got a little memory set up on there. See if I can get you to see this. There you go, it's posted on top of the charger for the time being. You can see you've got M1 sitting there. Push the button, it goes M2. There's M3. You can see the input voltage just there showing up as well. You can see that the heating symbol is also going. Push it again. I guess this is where you can set the temperatures. I guess. So you can see what its target temperature is and what its actual temperature is. I guess you'll see that drop down. Because it was heating just now, so that's a drop. So give it below. Giving things a blow is always good. I should rephrase that. Cooling things down rapidly. Right, see what happens. There we go, it's heating again. So this, like those waves means maintain temperature. That's button, that side where the button that is. Let's push the other button. What does that do? No idea. Resets this timer over here. Okay, so you push that. So you can see how long it's been heating for. So if you need to know how long your profile is going on for, it's pretty good, I suppose. And in fact it's red when it's on. I do like that. But was that different before? Was that blue before? I'm sure STG had blue when it was awfully on. Did they fix that? It's probably other stuff. Here you go. Holding the button down gives us a range. You can reduce it or increase it. Okay. Hold it down again. It scrolls through. I guess you have to just leave it on, leave it set in that temperature for it to reset. So this is perfect for doing small bits of work like this. Take the chips off this thing, for example. You can stick that on there, it'll do the job. RAM stick, take the chips off, shall we? Oh, I'm going to take the chips off that. There you go, it's gone back. So that's why I hold down the other button instead. That's the settings. You can set the temperature ranges, sleep timing. Sleep's currently off. How do I change that? Sleep off. 5. You reckon 5 minutes to be enough? Sleep time? You're starting to forget it, do you? There you go. 10. Now we wait, yep. Backlight, that's right. Tilt angle. Show voltage, yes. Software and hardware versions. Volts. Or power. Volts or power. What else is in here? Volume, yeah. Degree C. Low current on. Restore settings. Okay, well that's all fine. It seems to work fine. It's good. Not cheap. You can get it from packs. This one didn't come with a charger. That's why I had to buy this one separately. But you can get packs with chargers on as well. But I didn't be bothered and I just bought this as it is. And I thought I'll get my own charger that I can choose the one I want to have. And I chose this one. Because why not? I think this ends up more expensive doing it individually yourself. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Click the bell icon to get notifications about new videos. And become a Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel. Helping to buy more items, Mailbag, more bits of test gear to play with, that kind of thing. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.